Hello, everyone, and welcome to Grip Locks on Nation Disc Golf's weekly podcast, the last regular season episode. Correct? No, I guess Monday kind of
Monday
is.
will be like the recap.
All right, second to last.
Second to last.
The last preview show of the year. The Tour Championship is upon us. The least predictable event of the year, I think we could say. They're at Nevin Park in Charlotte. Just outside Charlotte.
I wonder who is Nevin? Who is Nevin? Like, who was Nevin?
I don't know.
Well, it's actually Matt Keats Memorial at Nevin Park.
But, like, I want to know why Nevin. Continue.
Yesterday, he starts with the Player of the Year.
No, this is completely a side thing. Just
the course. So if you've ever played Nevin Park, you haven't played this Nevin Park. They're starting the course in a much different way. We were watching Brody's like recap video because we played one of our earliest Bogey Bro battles was at Nevin Park. I think it was the second trip we went on, the third Bogey Bro battle we ever did. And we were watching his recap, and like he's playing hole 1 for the Pro Tour Championship, and I'm like, what is this hole? Then we realize it's like hole 15 essentially. But they've added a lot of OB. It seems like to the course. They've added a lot of OB. They're playing a much different layout, and I think they've added, I want to say 6 or 7 new tees. So it's not the Nevin that you've played if you've played Nevin. So they've definitely beefed it up some for the Tour Championship coming into town. Seemed like it's going to be a pretty tough challenge overall. Very wooded. It still is very much like Charlotte golf. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a good time. I do think that if it rounds out the playoffs, that still raises the question, like all year, you're playing a good mix of like really big bomber open courses, some wooded courses thrown in there, but then you hit the East Coast swing, and the East Coast swing's all the playoff events this year, and it's just like golf you haven't seen all year.
It's true. So
it is a little bit weird on that front, but with disc golf and how different every course is, it's hard to avoid that.
I don't have a clue who Nevin Park was named after. Nobody does.
It's named after Nevin.
That's just
probably had something to do with the Queen.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Queen Nevin the Third.
Charlotte's the Queen City.
Well, yeah, but what does Nevin have to do?
I don't know. It might have been like her assistant.
Like her
Could have been
jester
her dog or something.
Could have been her dog.
Nevy.
But
Nevin
Nevy.
Longbottom.
Good old Nevy, man. But yeah, a lot of I don't say a lot of OB. There's OB in some facet on pretty much every hole. Most of the holes, some holes it's very like obvious you have to throw over. Some holes it's just like on the road.
They put that all in pretty much, right? Because like we didn't really have to deal with OB.
Well some of it's like the road and beyond. So like you're not really dealing with it on this hole, but like if you get over there is OB. But a lot of it, yeah, like hole 1 out here, which is hole 15, like that normally is not that much OB. Like you have to get across the bridge to be in bounds. Now, it doesn't look like it's hard to do. It looks like it's like 200 feet or so.
Yeah. It could be.
But
if you hit the first,
you hit the first tree. If you hit the first tree, it is a gap to hit right off the tee, and if you don't hit it, you don't get it. You know what I'm saying?
I think this course is going to give major back 9 of Hornet's Nest vibes. Like you're gonna miss those holes that are kind of open at the beginning. Although there is some open holes at Nevin. On the course, but like it's gonna give it's Carolina Woods golf, so like it'll give Hornets Nest vibes, which there was a lot of holes at Hornets Nest that were like gap hits, like wooded par 4s. You know, it's the same deal.
Well, I'm gonna be fully honest.
It'll provide
the course doesn't get me that excited this year.
No, I mean Hornets Nest never got me that pumped up.
Hornets Nest at least like
there were some holes that were.
It was starting to generate some history there. As far like obviously 2012 Worlds was there. There's been Am Worlds there, stuff like that. Which Am Worlds has been at Nevin, I think too. But like
Hornets Nest has some good holes.
Hornets Nest at least had some really good holes.
Hole 18 is sick.
And there was like it was starting to become the place of the Tour Championship. So like you knew it going in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Going to Nevin like it just doesn't really.
Well, it's woods courses are always harder to remember unless they're like really really unique because you're in the woods. So it's hard to like pick things out and be like, oh, I know what hole this is until you get to the green usually. So. You have to play a course a lot more as a wooded course to remember it well compared to a open course or like a course like USDGC where like every hole has like a characteristic to it or like something you can see and be like, oh, I know where we are. So that is the thing. Like, yeah, the woods, I will say like the woods for this tournament format, I mean, this tournament format is already chaos. So adding the woods element just makes it extra chaos, which is like fun. It's fun to just see like people can just bounce all over the place, but does it provide like the most like accurate representation of like skill all the time. Not necessarily, but somebody's gonna play. Whoever wins is gonna play well. I can tell you that.
Yes, that is a
whoever wins is going to hit lines.
Deep analytic statement.
That's
there.
right.
Now the payout this year breaks the record for the largest purse in disc golf history again, breaking its own record from last year. It now had $302,000 purse. Record previously was $250,000 from last year. $35,000 will be going to both the MPO and FPO winners.
Wow.
Would have liked to have seen it be a little higher just because it was 30 last year, but hey, increase is an increase,
Increase
right?
is an increase.
Mm-hmm. And Barbasol has signed on as the title sponsor, which is, it's a pretty big sponsorship deal.
It's a big company, old company.
And
What did they do?
Shaving cream.
You've definitely seen them.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're like the shaving cream people.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of shaving cream experience.
The VP of marketing at Barbasol said the Disc Golf Pro Tour fits right into our strategy of targeting active people on the go. Disc golf's explosive growth and broad participation makes an attractive partnership where we can connect with this passionate fan base. One thing I thought interesting in the Ultraworld article that I'm getting this from, it says the sponsorship deals whose term were not announced was brokered by the Collegiate Sports Management Group, which is like very fascinating. But if you go to Collegiate Sports Management Group, there essentially doesn't seem like they really have anything to do with college sports.
Did I see Barbasol on their front page? Are they just representing Barbasol?
They might be. Let me go to partners actually.
It's probably just the group that manages.
Yeah, it's an integrated sports and entertainment media company focused on esports and traditional sports in a new creator economy.
Yeah,
Experienced, trusted, results-driven team. When I read Collegiate Sports Management Group, I'm like,
so they're just the middleman.
I think they probably, they're Barbasol partners.
Yeah.
So they just brokered the deal for Barbasol.
I'd love to know the terms.
Yeah.
It'd be so fascinating. Just know like what.
It seems like they do a lot of collegiate stuff in general. But then they have like some strategic partners, and then Barbasol. They definitely just represented Barbasol. Cool. It's like when we work with brands, we never actually work with the brand. You work with the middleman.
As long as the purses are growing, like I can't be frustrated at like
absolutely not
the rate that they're growing. Now, like we've said before, like if we knew there was a presence of money in disc golf that was like overwhelmingly more than the purses represent, then you could get frustrated. But at this point, I'm not really there yet.
$300,000 is a big purse.
It's a lot of money for one
I'm
event.
confused why it's $302,000. Like obviously it all adds up, but like the $2,000, where's that from? The $500, I don't know. Like just like $300,000 sounds good, and like $302,000, I'm like,
well, they surpassed $300,000.
You know what I'm saying?
It exceeds $300,000.
Like last year was $250. It's a nice round number. Mm-hmm. When it's like $302,000, I'm not being picky about the purse. I'm just saying,
not happy.
The $2,000 just confuses me.
Classic foundation, dude. Just find
no, I'm not
something
upset about the
bro.
purse. I just
Classic.
like it doesn't like the math doesn't make sense to me. The math makes me think that there should be more.
Do the numbers not add up?
The numbers definitely add up if I did the math. I'm just not doing the math right now.
Hey man, it's
because
a good thing.
you have to take like round one. Everyone that shows up gets $2,500 in MPO. So you have to take the whole. Everyone add $2,500 for everyone.
It's a good thing, man.
It is a good thing. It's a great thing.
It's a good thing.
Y'all weren't confused when you saw 302 instead of 300?
Not one bit.
Like just the two. I don't know why.
Purse numbers are usually not round numbers like that. Like in sports,
but
typically,
last year it was like 250.
Yeah, you're right. But I'm saying like typically they're not.
It's not. I don't even know why I'm saying
because
it. I just read 302 and it just like made me go, why is it 302 instead of 300?
I think it makes more sense for it to be 300.
That's it.
I think we should take $2,000 away from them.
I think they should write us a check for $2,000.
We should get the $2,000.
No, like they obviously need the $2,000 to make the purse make sense because like they're paying out all. That's what it is. They're paying out all round numbers.
That makes sense.
But then it adds the 302. It adding to 302 just irks me. Like my like, OCD. I'm not OCD, but like if I
Your
was
minor OCD.
Yeah, that would irk me.
He's like, oh, CD. You know.
Like oh yeah, I can kind of CD.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
$302,000,
very large purse. So for showing up, you get $2,500 for MPO, $3,000 for FPO for showing up.
That's nice, isn't it?
And when you get to the quarterfinals, or if you're into the quarterfinals, FPO that's where it starts, $3,000. MPO is $3,500. Semis for MPO is $5,500. Semis for FPO is $5,000. And then if you make it to the finals, you're guaranteed $9,000 for showing up to the finals.
It started to get to disc golf purses have started getting to that place where like previously, you have like the winner taking home, $5,000 or whatever in a lot of events. Like they talk about in golf a lot of times where guys get these crazy huge like paychecks and you don't realize like you just see like, oh, they just won like $1 million playing a golf tournament. You don't realize like what that must look like to that player when they see their direct deposit hit like $1 million. Mm-hmm. And like disc golf never really had big payouts, but like now, like Gannon Burr, for instance, like imagine being that age and seeing that
25K.
That 25,000 hit your bank account. Like as I'm saying, like the winner of this one, like seeing that 35,000 just juice right into that bank account. That's a crazy feeling. Like that's a lot of money. That's nuts.
Well, but also it's getting to the point where like
that's a new vehicle for the tour.
If you're fighting between second and first, oof. Like you could have a putt for $15,000.
Yeah,
like that's the difference.
Or third place $6,000. Like it is every stroke. Like, it's the one tournament a year, pretty much. I mean, there's other big drop-offs, but this tournament, to me, is a lot about the money. Well, it's all about the money. I'll say that. So, like, I will always respect the person who, like, lays up to secure second in a tournament like this. Mm-hmm. Like, just don't risk it. Just make sure you get because you're getting cost like $5,000-6,000. Like, play it smart. Take your money.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only thing this tournament is about. It's about the money. So,
well, like, for instance,
and there's nothing wrong with that.
Last weekend, Nicholas Antela, hole 17, that putt or whichever putt you want to attribute it to, but like if you count one of the putts, like if he would have made that, he's in a playoff.
Was it
17?
14? But 14 he clanked.
14 too.
Yeah. That one seems more like it was his fault.
Okay, 14 will cost him $12,000. Like that's how. Like if
That's
you look at it that way,
it's expensive
like,
loss. Yeah.
Gannon got $25,000, Nicholas got $13,000, and then Calvin got 11. So like that's the drop off I love. Is like winning gets you $12,000 more. But then, like, second to third, like, if I'm Nicholas, of course I'm still going for the win because if I drop, I only lose $2,000, but I have the chance to win 12.
Just like the thought of, like, winning or losing or even, like, letting myself down is too much pressure for me for putting.
I know.
I just can't imagine thinking this putt is worth 12.
That's
no
what I'm
one's
saying.
really thinking that, but it's a good talking point.
Are they not thinking
some people
that,
might.
I think
at this tournament, the Tour Championship, yes.
I think they always think about it afterwards, regardless of the event.
Yeah,
so, like we'll get out of a weekly and be like, isn't it crazy? Like I missed like 4 like tap-ins pretty much, and like that was the difference between me getting like 1 tag or 4 tag. Like you kick yourself about that. Like what was I doing? Yep. Imagine having that thought process and being like, yeah, that cost me $15,000. Like right, I quit.
That is ridiculous.
I'm like, all right, I'm done with this.
Yeah, because like this, I mean, you get to the finals and it's nice. You're like, okay, I guaranteed $9,000. But then you get like 17 holes into the finals and you're like battling for first. Yeah. And you're like, man, each one of these strokes is like $15,000 different.
Well, getting into the finals and knowing that all you have to do is beat out one person to get 5,000 more. Like, and like if you come in last in the finals, you're like, really? Like, it's kind of one of those like the fables where like if you open the next door, it's a better thing. The next door, it's a better thing. And like you're never happy with what you have. Yeah. Like you make it to the finals, now you're guaranteed 9,000. You're only guaranteed 2,500 at the beginning, but you're never like. You're like, well, now I was in the finals. Like, how could I not gotten more than 9,000?
Like, come on. I just had to beat one person, get 14.
They need to start asking whoever wins this, like, what are they going to do with the money? I want to know what they say. Like, I would genuinely, like, it'd be funny to see. It'd be like, I'm going to Disney World.
Yeah, I think one of the big storylines going into this is Kristen Zatar, as we talked about last week with USDGC yesterday. She's already broken the FPO money record for the year. If she wins the Tour Championship, she will push over 6 figures, which would be the first.
Well, 6 figures in winnings, and then what does her contract get her a year?
125.
So 225 for a season.
And that doesn't. We don't know if that includes royalties or not.
And bonuses, probably. So she might. Who knows? She might even get 250 in the year.
Yeah.
Solid year for Kristen.
Very solid year for Kristen.
Good year. Yeah. Just move to the States, Kristen. 250.
Yeah.
In the home of the brave. Come on over.
But I mean, that's a big story for FPO. Like she's going, like last year going into the Tour Championship, Missy had to win the Tour Championship to break the record. And then it was like, okay, she broke the record, but she got 50% of her earnings in one tournament. Right. This is like, Kristen's already broke the record. She had an incredible season. She already broke the record, missing 2 majors at that. She broke the record.
Well, Missy had to win. She won throw pink in that back-to-back.
Yeah.
She got all of her money out of 2 events.
And then Kristen could just push it over 100K. Like, she could break the record by, like, 30-some grand.
Yeah. It's
crazy.
It's big. It's awesome. It is awesome.
What's
that,
the
like,
MPO record, single-season cash record?
Oof. I don't know. I think Paul has it. I would say it is pretty cool now. Like, I remember when I first got into disc golf and I would look at when I was first seeing like can players make a living playing disc golf, like I was just figuring that out. And I would see, I I'd look at players' winnings because I didn't know anything about anything else. All you could see is their winnings. And I would be like, oh, there's only like a few players that, and this is like around 2014. There's only like a few players that are making enough just earnings-wise to really make a living out there. Mm-hmm. And nowadays, it's so much different. Like you can be a fringe player and still make, 30 grand in just winnings. Like you can, bring in enough to keep you on the road for the next year, like a modest living, but you're surviving. So that's crazy to see with the purses growing. That's like honestly what I root for growth wise in the most in disc golf. I feel like is the purses going up because it's cool to see people being able to make a solid living just based on their performance. Like that's what I want to see.
Yeah. So last year Paul broke the record. 2021 broke the single season record. Paul broke it at $90,000 last year when it was all said and done.
That's it.
And he is already at 86 this year. So again, Paul, by showing up to the Pro Tour Championship, Paul will break the record again. I don't even know, is Paul the player with the current most cash? Weren't you looking at a list yesterday? How'd you get to that list?
I was not looking at a list yesterday.
Brody was. How did Brody get to that list?
I mean, we know if it's not Paul, it's Rick.
No, but here it is. You can go by cash.
Oh, there we go.
So Paul's first, Gannon second, Rick third.
Really? Oh, because Gannon just won a bunch of money. Yeah. I was like, huh?
Well, Gannon's also played 11 more events than Ricky. Ricky's only played 18 events and has 70 grand. Paul's played 22 and has 86.
Dang.
And Kristen is fourth on that list.
Well, Ricky doesn't have any majors. Kristen's fourth.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Paul, Gannon, Rick, Kristen.
Paige is very high.
Calvin,
on that list
Simon,
too. Paige,
Kat, Dickerson, Matteo, Owen Scoggins, Missy Gannon, Joel Freeman. Like there's FPO sneaks up there a lot, but
that's because FPO has like 5 players that just cash high every time.
But realistically, like if Calvin, Ricky, Gannon, or Paul win this weekend,
I believe that's the 1 through 4 seed.
They will also break the single season cash record. Because if Calvin wins, if any of them win, they'll push over 100 grand cash in 1 year. Which is kind of crazy. I mean, FPO and MPO can both have some.
If Paul takes like second, he'll still.
No, there's.
If Paul takes second place, does he clinch the cash record? Because it would be a 15
He'd
difference.
Get 20.
Is anybody within 15 of him?
Yeah, Gannon.
So just
Gannon's
Gannon.
within 13 of him.
But
13
is Rick?
Rick's 16 back.
Okay, so if Paul wins, only Gannon can beat him for the cash record.
No, Paul comes in second.
Or if Paul comes in second or better, only Gannon can beat him unless he wins, then he catches it.
Correct.
Cool.
But yeah, like every year, I feel like at the point disc golf's at right now, every year that cash record's going to get broken.
Yes.
More or less.
Hopefully.
The only thing that could stop it is like if more money comes in next year, but the parity gets higher.
Yeah, I say with the field getting better, I might maybe not.
Realistically.
But also,
if MPO parity keeps getting better and FPO parity doesn't, it's not unrealistic for Kristen to earn the most money, or Paige, whoever dominates the FPO field next year, to earn the most money in the world.
She has a chance this tournament, doesn't she? Or what is Paul's guaranteed?
Paul's guaranteed.
Is he guaranteed
5,500? So yeah, she has a chance because she could get over 100.
That would be awesome.
If no one
Kristen
wins,
was the top earner in the sport.
If Calvin, Rick, Gannon, or Paul do not win this tournament. Well, if they don't make it out,
they'd have to not make it. If
Kristen wins, she pushes over 100. So yeah, if Calvin, Ricky, Gannon, or Paul do not get out into the finals, most of them don't win,
be a top earner.
There's a very easy road for Kristen Tatar to earn the most cash this season and break the MPO and FPO total cash one season record.
That'd be sick.
Oh my gosh.
They should do a stamp for that with like money signs all over it.
Yeah.
Just like Kristen like doing snow angels in a pile of money.
Yeah, like that. It's very realistic because even if Kristen and Calvin wins, she still does it because she has $4,000 more than Calvin going into this event.
I don't know what Nike Estonia is paying her.
Not enough.
I still don't quite understand that deal, like what Nike Estonia even is.
I think it's like Adidas Terex, where like Adidas Terex isn't Adidas.
She gets all the sick gear. Like she always has way cooler gear than everybody else, and it's all Nike. And I'm just like, what? Like how much is like Nike Estonia? Like are they may even just be giving her gear, but even then, like it's a lot of money worth of stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And basically, I'm asking is how do I get a Nike Estonia deal? Do I have to change my citizenship?
You have to be in Estonia.
I will.
Yeah.
I'll change my citizenship.
You look Icelandic, so you could probably pull off Finnish.
I could pass. Silver Lot and I don't look like ridiculously different. He's way taller.
Finnish.
And he's way more handsome.
Is there a Nike Ireland?
I'm gonna Google average Finnish male.
Average Finnish male. Yeah.
Yeah. That could be Trevor.
That could be me.
That could be Trevor very easily. You could be Finnish or German. You don't look French.
I could definitely be Scandinavian for sure.
Yeah, Trevor could definitely be Finnish.
Okay, well,
You can be whatever
I'd
you
be
want
Estonian, but
Well, they're like right next to each other.
are they? Do we actually know that?
Let's look at a map.
Where is Estonia?
World map. I feel like Estonia and Finland are right next to each other.
It would make sense.
Why?
Because I think they play like a similar.
Yeah.
I think she plays Finnish.
They're
events.
like right next to each other. Like all that's separating them is the North Sea.
Oh, okay.
Barely separating them though. Like you could probably swim from Estonia to Finland.
Dang. Yeah, they're just kind of snuck in there.
Yeah.
How fun. Okay. Well, I'll just get working on that then.
There you go. Yeah, you get started on that.
All right.
I don't know where I could be from.
Yeah, I don't either. Pretty basic looking.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll just Google where do basic looking men come from.
The U.S. of A.
Yeah.
Lynchburg, Virginia.
That's me, baby. Ride or die.
Born and raised. Lynchburg, Nike.
Lynchburg Nike, pick me up. No, so obviously there's a lot of different storylines. There's nothing, you just don't know what's going to happen going into this event. The play-in event is actually happening today. So 2 players will get out of that. When we do our bracket predictions, we're going to predict what happens in that. But
we should have done an addition.
by the time this comes out, it's probably already done.
We should have done an additional bracket with a random name generator, and I bet it would have beat all of us.
We still can. No, we thought typing.
Yeah, it would be a lot of typing.
We could do a random number generator.
That's true.
Let's do it.
Okay.
All right, so let's just jump into bracketology.
We'll do our picks first.
Because here's the deal: like the course is a new course of tour. It's not like we can't talk through. We can talk through some of the changes, but if you've never played Nevin, it's not going to mean anything to you. I would recommend watching some of the videos that have come out. And the tour, the play-in event should have coverage, I believe, today. So watch the live coverage today. Now that you've already heard me talking, it already happened. So if you didn't watch it, I'm sorry. You should have.
For reference, this obviously the play-in hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
So
So
picks
when
are
we're
valid.
picking, the play-in event has not.
So
happened.
we may sound very stupid if you're listening to this past the play-in.
All right, let's go. So here's how the points are going to work. So essentially, how the format itself works is the play-in event includes 6 players. The top 2 players top 2 scores will advance into round 1. So round 1 includes 16, I believe, players. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 players. The top 4 scores advance out of that into the quarterfinals, which includes 12 players. The top 4 scores advance out of that into the semifinals, which also includes 12 players. And the top 4 players advance out of that into the finals. And then the winner of the finals is just the best score. FPO is the same, but it goes 6 play-in, 2 come into the quarterfinals, which has 12. Then 4 go into the semifinals, which has 8, and then 4 go into the finals. So how we're doing points is basically it's going to multiply as you go up. So if you pick one person right going into round 1, you get 1 point. If you pick them both right, you get 3. Going into the quarterfinals, if you pick one person right, you get 1. 2 people right, you get 3. 3 people right, you get 6. 4 people right, you get 10. Don't worry about this. We'll do the math for you, but I'm just explaining how the format works.
It basically grows each time.
Going into the semifinals, if you pick one person right, you get 2. 2 people right, you get 6. 3 people right, you get 12. 4 people right, you get 20. Picking the finals, if you get one person right, 3, 2 right, 9, 3 right, 15, 4 right, 25. And then if you predict the winner correct, you get 20 points.
Yeah.
So essentially with
the more people you pick correctly, the better.
Where the points are currently at, I'm at 148.5 points. Konner's at 118. Trevor's at 104.
0.5?
Yeah, I got 0.5 from playoff.
Well,
playoff for 1.5 multipliers. How this is going to work, though, no one's safe. Basically, I have a 30-point lead on Konner, but if Konner picks the winner and one more person right than me, that 30 points is gone.
Dang.
So
be intense.
I have a comfortable lead right now, but there is no such thing going into the brackets. We also have Silas. He did a bracket because he wanted to. And we decided if Silas gets a perfect bracket,
He wins.
He wins the season.
He gets a Chick-fil-A.
He gets a Chick-fil-A. He wins all the points. So if Silas goes perfect on this
Chick-fil-A
bracket
right now. I'm hungry. Are you guys hungry?
Silas didn't pick a winner.
I don't get hungry.
Silas, who do you think is
Silas!
going to win? Silas.
Is he here?
You didn't pick a winner. You didn't pick a winner for MPO or FPO. Oh, okay. Your top one's your winner?
All right,
Okay.
fair enough.
Good enough. All right.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go through each round. I'll read the players in the round. We'll each tell you who we think are coming out and why. And I'll make up the reasons as to why Silas thinks they're coming out, because that'll be more fun. And then we will move on and we'll keep track of our brackets throughout the event. And on Monday, we'll have a points leader eating Chick-fil-A.
That is true.
Live on air, right into the mics, just for you. We know you love it. So the play-in event for MPO will start there first. Play-in event includes Andrew Presnell, Jeremy Koling, Albert Tam, Chandler Kramer, Thomas Gilbert, and Jake Ebenheimer. Silas has Big Germ and Albert Tam coming out, mainly because Big Germ, Charlotte local, that forehand, he's going to be all over the place. Albert Tam, the bazooka celebration, everyone's going to be too intimidated. He's easily getting out of there. Trevor, who do you have?
I also have Big Germ. I think, it's the Charlotte thing. And then in the woods, I think there's going to be a lot of like flip-uppy forehands too, like that push right. I like that. And then I have Thomas Gilbert because I think Thomas Gilbert is a really good round one guy in tournaments. Like I see him a lot, like round one play well. So for that reason,
I'm out.
I pick him to get out of round one because
jeez,
that was thrown so hard.
I was trying to throw it over the camera.
It had some velocity behind it.
So yeah,
pen's heavy.
That's why I got Thomas Gilbert. Konner.
I have the obvious Jeremy Koling. It just makes sense. Carolina Woods. He does have that finessey forehand. And then I have Andrew Presnell because, he's okay in the woods.
Yeah,
I think he makes sense.
Konner, I was on the same wavelength as you. I picked Big Germ and Andrew Presnell, mainly because I sent a tweet out like 2 years ago asking for the most underrated fairway driver.
And Presnell
said me. And ever since that tweet, I found him very funny, and I want to pick him.
Threw his stats in there. That was a very funny thing. I think personally,
funny.
I think I'm the most underrated fairway driver with my fairway percentage.
Yeah,
that was very funny.
That's hilarious.
Therefore, when I'm thinking of Woods golf, I think Andrew Presnell and Big Germ Charlotte. So
I think I'm changing my whole bracket. I think Presnell's going to win the whole thing.
I picked both of them. The random number generator picked Thomas Gilbert and Chandler Kramer.
Who knows?
Pretty good. Sounds good.
I wanted to pick Chandler Kramer just because I saw his name on a disc and that made me happy.
So people people who made round one, so they're not in the play-in event. We have Adam Hammes, Drew Gibson, Bradley Williams, Alden Harris, Anthony Barella, Mason Ford, Garrett Gerthy, Vino Makala, Nicholas Antela, Greg Barsby, Brody Smith, Emerson Keith, Linus Carlson, Andrew Marweed, plus the two people that made it in from the play-in event. Silas went ahead and he picked Big Germ, Alden Harris, Nicholas Antela, and Linus Carlson to come out of that round one into the quarterfinals. Trevor, who do you got?
I like that.
I
lost my voice for a second.
Drew Gibson, Alden Harris, Brody Smith, and Linus Carlson. Drew and Brody were purely based on vibes. Alden, I think, is super underrated, and Linus, I think, is also super underrated. People forget about Linus, and he can be real dirty.
I have, and I actually feel really good about these ones. I've got Bradley Williams that I brought through. Bradley Williams is the vibes for me. I love Bradley Williams.
We did see him at Culver's,
and we saw him at Culver's.
And
that was electric.
Good. Yeah, he was looking
we
good.
We didn't make eye contact with him. We didn't say hi to him.
We saw him.
We knew him.
But we saw him. And then I have Alden Harris. I have Nicholas Antela. And I also have Vino Makala.
Dang.
So
I feel pretty good. I feel like Niklas. I realize that his name is not Nicholas because it's not spelt like that. So I'm gonna say Niklas. But I mean, there's no way he's not gonna perform. I would say.
I would disagree with that statement.
Dang.
He just lost a lot of morale.
Well, also,
did he lose a lot of morale?
Yes.
Surely.
He was in position to win, and he lost.
I feel like it's hard to bounce back.
At USDGC his first year.
His form, I just don't like it in the woods. That's all.
Like
I don't know how he plays in the woods
understand that.
normally. I just watching him, I'm like,
Bro, Hunter
I
and Konner do not like his form.
Watching his
I didn't
form,
really pick up on it.
Watching his form, I could just see where there'd be problems in the woods.
Okay.
And I think that's what's about to happen.
We're going to watch highlights after this, Trevor, and you're going to understand.
Now, this person doesn't have any form issues. I picked Brody Smith to come out. I picked Brody just because, like, he was throwing this flip-up forehand that I was really vibing with.
It was dirty.
Dude, the flip-up forehand, that jawbreaker zone.
Yeah.
Whether or not that comes in handy out there.
It's only with the jawbreaker zone, though.
Yeah, only the jawbreaker zone. So
or
I don't
that
know if it's going to
ringer.
work.
Yeah, or the ringer.
But I picked him.
That's ridiculous.
Bradley Williams, one of the smoothest throwers on tour.
Yes.
I really like him in the woods. I think that he's going to do just fine.
And boy, can the guy eat some Culvers.
Yeah.
Probably.
Probably. He posted about it, so he definitely can. Yeah.
Dang.
Drew Gibson. Drew Gibson really had a good run last year.
Yeah.
I like his mid-range game. I don't typically think of Drew as a Woods player. He's on a big struggle streak right now, but I could see him getting far, and I didn't want to lose points by not putting him in there. And then
I don't see it for Drew.
This man literally bullied me for picking Drew.
Vino Makala, the dude's very good in the Woods. He's a very solid player. I could see him going very, very far. It wouldn't even surprise me if he won this whole thing.
Wow.
Wouldn't even surprise him
And
at
so
all.
I have him coming out of the quarterfinals. Our random number generator was vibing with me as well. Picked Vino first. It said, hey, I want Vino.
Wow.
Then it went with Adam Hammis second, Alden Harris third, and Nicholas fourth.
Sounds great.
So those, our random number generator is kind of popping off.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Into the quarterfinals, the buys are Kyle Klein, Corey Ellis, Kevin Jones, James Conrad, Chris Clemens, Ezra Aderhold, Isaac Robinson, and Aaron Gossage. Coming out of the quarters into the semis, Silas has Isaac Robinson, Nicholas, Kevin Jones, and James Conrad. Trevor, we'll start off with you again.
All right. So for the quarters, I'm going with Corey Ellis. Been pretty good this season. Solid in the Woods. I like the short run up. Unreal. How's he doing? Kevin Jones. He posted that he played amazing at USDGC. Finishing place maybe contradicts that.
The tough part is he's already in a place he's happy with.
Here's the important part is his personal vibes are up. So I'm going with Kevin Jones. He also has a good history at this event. I'm then going with Isaac Robinson because he's a killer in the Woods. Absolute killer. And I'm going to take Alden again.
Dang, man.
Again, I'm going to take Alden Harris because the long hair. It's going to give him strength.
What if someone cuts it, though?
That would be trouble. Delilah, stay away.
Hey there.
Go ahead.
I have another group that I am semi-happy with. Sorry, my brain broke.
Yeah, Connor's had a stroke.
I have Nicholas again. I've got Kyle Klein. I got Corey Ellis, and I've got Bradley Williams.
Okay.
Bradley Williams, I just am feeling him.
Oh yeah, I mean the Culvers. It was the Culvers.
It's definitely the Culvers. That concrete mixer is going to his throw is going to be so.
Wait, are they called
lubricated.
concrete mixers or cement mixers?
Concrete. Did you order a cement mixer?
No, I didn't. I don't even think I said.
That's so embarrassing.
I don't think I said
That's
that.
so embarrassing. Trevor.
Wow.
I'm surprised they even got you the right thing.
Okay, so yeah, the only person there that I'm not super passionate about is Kyle Klein. I picked him because it's like
he just signed a 4-year extension with Discmania.
I picked him because it's like he's probably gonna do well. I just don't have any emotional attachment to Kyle Klein. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, Kyle Klein. I thought he was like electric, and then now I feel like he's kind of boring.
Well, he came. So I said he was going to come back for revenge at USDGC, and he didn't necessarily stink at USDGC. He was there. Was there.
Watched him 3-putt on hole 1 the final day.
Yes,
That
I did see that happen on the coverage, and it was.
And the funny thing was,
I did tweet and say Kyle Klein, oof.
From my view, the basket was like behind the bush, so I just saw the putt going towards it, and everybody going, "Oh!" And I was like, "Oh my goodness."
Mm-hmm.
Going into the semis, I have Corey Ellis. I think he's a no-brainer pick. He's been really heating up as the season's gone on.
And way taller than I thought.
Way taller than everyone thinks every time. And I don't know, it just feels
If he's wearing the Jordan hat, no problem.
Feels right. James Conrad also felt right.
No, that's interesting.
I like the backhand. I like James Conrad in the Woods. I
Loves
think
it.
I'm rolling with James Conrad coming out.
That is interesting.
Isaac Robinson's a no-brainer pick. He did very good at Idlewild. He
killing.
is inconsistent, but he also is coming off a pretty solid finish at USDGC.
Isaac's good.
I think he's riding high there. And Vino, like I said, I'm feeling him again, so I'm pulling him. I'm pulling him to the next round as well. Our random number generator has Aaron Gossage, Corey Ellis, Nicholas, and Chris Clemens. Moving on, so they're rolling with Nicholas. Clemonade going in. By to the semifinal, we have Ricky Wysocki, Paul Macbeth, Calvin Heimberg, Gannon Burr, Chris Dickerson, Simon Lizotte, Joel Freeman, and Matty O. Silas has, going into the finals, Mr. Ricky Wysocki, Paul Macbeth, Gannon Burr, and Simon Lizotte. Silas said, people get hot, never heard of them. I'm picking 4 that already made it.
Amen.
I like it.
Points-wise, very smart pick, but Silas has to have a perfect bracket.
True.
So I don't know if I like it for a perfect bracket pick.
Because historically, this event does not have people that make sense win it.
Correct.
All right.
I did not mean that in an offensive way.
So, semifinals. I have got going into the finals, Calvin Heimberg. I don't know. I just can't ignore him. Gannon Burr. You know, he's riding a high right now. He's pretty invincible. Simon Lizotte. This is where things get a little interesting. Simon, I think he's pretty good hitting certain lines in the woods, and I also think that he's due because he kind of just laid an egg the last event. So I think he's due. And then Corey Ellis. He's kind of he's the only guy I'm taking out of previous rounds. Only heat up guy. This is a very tough one. Now the more that I look at Matty O, the more I'm kind of sick to my stomach, but I don't know. I've just got a feeling about Simon Lizotte. Should I name my winner, or should we wait to the end?
Wait to the end.
Okay.
Yeah, I as well wanted to pick Matty O real bad. I just love watching him play. He makes me so happy, and I can't quite put my finger on why. But I didn't pick him. I picked Ricky Wysocki, Bradley Williams, Gannon Burr, and Chris Dickerson.
So you're riding Bradley Williams 3 rounds deep.
I am.
So you really.
It just felt. I don't know why it felt really right for me.
I didn't take anybody further than like taking Alden 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Other than that, I wasn't really moving anybody. Or I guess I took Corey 2
Going
rounds.
into the finals, I'm riding Corey Ellis still. Okay. I think this guy's gonna get hot and stay hot. Isaac Robinson, I still like. I think he's going to get hot, stay hot. Gannon Burr, I think that was kind of like, I feel wrong not having him in there. Originally, I wrote Matty O, but then I looked and he finished 35th at MVP, and it spooked me, so I crossed him off and put Paul McBeth
Gannon's just
into the finals.
Paul in the finals. Interesting.
Is it interesting?
Well, I mean, he kind of choked it last year, in fairness. Like he
got to the finals, didn't he?
He could have won last year.
Yeah.
He kind of choked.
Ricky, I'm not vibing with. Ricky recently just not feeling it for me. I don't know why. He could have just won something recently. I could be proven wrong. I don't even know. I'm not even thinking back. When I looked at it, I just saw Ricky's name. I was like, he's not doing anything this week.
I could see him throwing well in the woods.
Our random number generator picked Calvin Heimberg, Aaron Gossage, Matty O, and Gannon Burr to get to the finals.
Who knows?
Who knows? Not me.
I was going to say not bad picks. I don't think there are bad picks.
I don't like the Aaron Gossage pick, personally.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
Hater.
Could be. He could do it. And then, so Silas picked Ricky Wysocki to win. I'll go ahead and read the random number generator, picked Gannon Burr to win.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. The random number generator could do something incredible here.
Yeah, I've got Simon Lizotte to win.
Oh, you're feeling Simon all the way through.
I feel like
I don't like Simon on this course.
I didn't love Simon, and that's why I picked him. Because I feel like he proves me wrong a lot, and I think he's just been going up and down this season. It's like Bitcoin, right? It always goes up. Isn't that what they say?
They say it. It doesn't, but they say it.
So that's my Simon it's Simon Coin.
Simon Coin. Nice.
I wanted to go with the dark
Coin.
horse pick, but I just could not get my hand to stop writing Gannon.
All right.
So Gannon is my number.
I like it.
Winner.
I rode Corey Ellis all the way through.
Heck yeah.
I think if Corey Ellis gets hot enough to get to the finals, no one's touching him. That's kind of where I'm at.
We'll see.
He
hasn't been able to finish down the stretch.
He's tasted it twice, and this tournament creates weird momentum that I think that's what he needs to push him over the edge.
We'll see.
I think he'll have, like the previous events, he has the same momentum as the people he's fighting. This event, if he does it, he'll have more momentum going in. And I think that's what he'll need to push him over the edge because he'll be playing cold players.
Did you just say what they're giving away for a perfect bracket? Because if somebody actually gets a perfect bracket, it would be nuts.
It's probably just Bushnell's probably giving away like a rangefinder or something.
It should be like
a Mercedes Benz.
Yeah, it should be like $10,000. Like, you know how hard it is to get a perfect bracket in this thing?
Yeah.
So hard.
All right, now let's move over to FPO. You picked your winner? Yeah, you said
Gannon. I was just saying I have Bradley Williams coming in third and Ricky in second.
That doesn't matter.
Yeah, we didn't
I know. I just wanted to say
that.
I just wanted to say how much I believed in Bradley Williams.
I just picked winners.
Yeah.
It's just what we do every week, so I kind of thought that we would do it.
I didn't do it. I didn't.
Don't look at me like that.
All right, play-in event for FPO consists of Henna Blomroos, Alexis Mandujano, Jessica Weiss, Macy Valadiaz, Jennifer Allen, and Haley King. I have Henna Blomroos and Haley King coming out of the quarterfinals. Henna, I think she's been on a little bit of a hot streak recently, and I think the only reason she's this low in Pro Tour points is because she didn't play enough events. With that being said, her putting could really screw her, and she could not do anything out there, but I think she'll be fine. And Haley King, this feels like the type of course that, like, you'd be like, okay, yeah, Haley is a good disc golfer.
Yeah.
Out here. So I have Henna and Haley coming out.
I thought about that. I went with Henna, but then I ended up choosing Macy Valadiaz. I think she's a little more reliable. Haley King is obviously kind of a streaky player. I don't know. There's a great chance that Haley King gets through, but I just decided to switch it up. Like I kind of went against my gut a few times on these brackets because like it's very hard to predict.
It is very hard to predict.
I went with Henna because same thing, Hunter. It just felt weird. I don't understand why she was down there. And then I picked Alexis Mandujano because I saw Mandujano and I was like, wow, what is she doing all the way down there? And then I wrote her down and I was like, wrong one. But that's fine. I stuck with her. I think that's still a decent choice.
It is a very good choice. Silas picked Macy Veladiaz and Henna Blomroos to come out.
Same picks as me.
Trevor,
what was that?
I think you just kicked my cord.
Don't do that.
How dare you, first of all. Buys into the quarterfinals, we have Valerie Mandujano, Missy Gannon, Ella Hansen, Kat Merch, Natalie Ryan, Sarah Hokum, Evelina Salonen, Maria Oliva, Holland Hanley, and Emily Beach. Trevor, why don't we start with you? Who do you think's coming out?
So I've got Missy going through, been playing pretty decent golf. Ella Hansen, I think she's been solid this year. Natalie Ryan and Evelina Salonen, which that one scares me the most.
Yes.
That one, it's like, that was like my toss-up. Like Val could get through for sure, but I think she struggled as of late. And Hokum, like, it's tough not to go with her on a woods course, like sidearm friendly, but I don't know. Evelina can crush a sidearm too. So you know what the heck? It's hard. That's a tough round.
Konner?
I've got Valman, Henna, Missy, Ella.
All right, I have Missy Gannon coming out. I don't know. I like Missy at this course, this tournament. Henna Blomroos, I'm riding her because I think that she's just been playing good, and if she stays good, she's going to stay good. So I don't think she's going to win it all, but spoiler alert, I have her going to the finals. Natalie Ryan, I don't know if this course plays well to her strengths, but she's very solid, and I think if she picks up some momentum, she could definitely get there. And then Sarah Hokum, very risky pick, I think, but woods golf, Sarah Hokum could do something. So I have it.
There he has it.
And then Silas has Valerie Mandujano. Was this the right pick? Yeah. Valerie Mandujano, Natalie Ryan, Sarah Hokum, and Holland Handley.
I like that.
I don't mind the Holland Handley pick.
I like that.
I don't mind it. So now we got to pick the finals. Trevor, who you got?
Yeah. So do you want who's at? Say who's coming into the finals?
No one's coming to the finals. You're picking them.
No, like into the semis rather. I don't think.
I didn't say that. You're right. Kristen Tatar, Paige Pierce, Katrina Allen, and Owen Scoggins got buys to the semis.
Yeah. So I'm going with Kristen and Owen out of that grouping, but I'm going to take Natalie and Ella out of the people that I brought in. Kat, I don't see her playing 2 good events in a row. It just has not been her MO this year, seemingly. Like, I think she's probably pretty happy with what she did at Throw Pink. I don't know if she's going to carry over that momentum. And Paige, I don't trust Paige in the woods at all.
I respect that.
I've got Kristen. I do have Kat, and then I have Owen, and I've got Valerie Mandujano.
Silas has Kristen Tatar, Katrina Allen, Natalie Ryan, and Valerie Mandujano. I think, obviously Kristen has to come out. I have Kristen Owen. She's been playing great on shorter courses. I think this course is going to play to her strengths. Henna Blomroos, like I said, if she does what I'm predicting out of the play-in and out of the quarter and then into the semi, she's going to be in the finals. If she's not obviously if she's not in the quarterfinals, she's not going to be in the finals, but you know what I'm saying. If she starts getting hot, she's going to stay hot is what I'm predicting. And then Missy Gannon. Paige and Kat scare me. That simple. I think obviously across a multiple round event, I'm picking one of them in the top 4, but when it's just they show up and they play one round, I have to rely on them for one round to beat everyone on this list. I don't trust them. So I didn't put them in there. That simple. And the random number generator picked Katrina Allen, Emily Beach, Kristen Tatar, and Valerie Mandujano. Winner, I have Kristen Tatar just because I felt stupid if I didn't.
Same.
I also
have Kristen.
And the random number Silas also has Kristen. And the random number generator picked Emily Beach.
Oh, wow.
How about it? I could see it. For some reason, as I was looking at my sheet, I'm like visualizing in my mind Owen Scoggins with a big old smile holding that check.
I can see that too.
So like that may happen. Just be ready.
What should we do if the random number generator beats all of us?
I think we all have to buy
Chick-fil-A and throw it away.
We all buy Chick-fil-A for each other.
That's a great idea.
I like we all pitch in for a Chick-fil-A meal and we have to throw it away. No, we have to give it to someone.
Yeah, we can't be throwing food away.
No, we give it to someone.
Well,
We buy the warehouse guys Chick-fil-A.
No, we'll buy it for whoever's working the store that day.
Okay. Warehouse guys, like, they're not going to do anything. We're just going to throw them Chick-fil-A.
Whoever, if the random number generator works, whoever's working
the store on Monday, we'll buy Chick-fil-A for them.
Okay.
And Brad, because he always comes over. Brad and whoever.
I think we should just buy it for Brad. I think we should just all buy Chick-fil-A for Brad.
Yeah, you're right. Because if it's Nolan over there, I'll be distraught.
That's true. We'll see who's working first.
Yeah.
If it's Nolan, we're not buying that guy.
No shot. I would do it. I'd do it for Kyle in a heartbeat.
If it's Kyle, absolutely. If it's Nika, we'll think about it.
Yeah,
I think that's fair.
That is completely fair.
And Nolan will never hear this.
Nolan will never know.
He'll never know.
Yeah.
He'll never know.
Like, what's that podcast you guys do called again?
Yeah, Grip Socks. All right, well, there you have it.
Oh, our coin flip was correct. Did we mention that on Monday?
Oh, yeah.
No, we mentioned it on the Hyder Club mailbag, I believe.
Okay.
We did a coin flip.
We did a coin flip. If you want to know what the coin flip was, it's for Rick. Dang it. I meant you had to be a Patreon to know. It was if Rick was going to win or not.
He didn't.
And he didn't. And our coin flip said he
did.
wasn't going to. So 100% accuracy on the coin flip. Should we coin flip if Kristen's going to win?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, no, because we didn't have the stat. It was the stat. It was like.
Yeah, but this is more fun. We don't need stats.
Okay. The
What's
coin
the
just
point of
never
stats?
lies.
Coin flip.
And if the coin flip wins, then we all get Chick-fil-A.
Konner, which one's
Tails. All the way.
Tails is Kristen wins?
Yeah.
It was tails. Kristen wins.
Dang.
Should we go coin flip if Gannon wins?
Just got insider info.
Go for it.
Brody just said there's like 4 people out there for the FPO playing. There's supposed to be 6. Is there people missing?
It should be 2 cards 3 for the FPO playing. I think it should be on Disc Golf Network.
Is something that could be trouble. Imagine.
Let's watch this real quick.
We gotta find out. We gotta
I'm gonna sign in.
Breaking news.
He doesn't watch far my take, man. FPO play in. Let's see what's going on out here. I mean, I think we already submitted our picks. I mean, Jessica Weiss is teeing off on hole 1 right now.
Wait.
Yeah, we're fine. There's 6 people playing.
Okay.
Brody probably only saw 1 card and thought that everyone was on
Brody
1
was
card.
goofing.
There's 2 cards at 3. The second card just teed off. We're fine. Everyone, we're fine.
Everybody don't
Brody be
panic.
goofing.
Everyone, we're fine. All right. Gannon, heads or tails, which one are we assigning to him?
I'd go heads for Gannon.
Gannon, heads, he wins. Tails, he loses.
Wins.
Gannon wins.
Oh,
Gannon
good.
and Kristen
My
are
picks
our
are
2
looking
winners.
great.
So there we have it.
Thank goodness.
Go ahead. Be sure to tune in to the Tour Championship. Your last chance to watch a big disc golf tournament until February. So
Unless you're coming to watch the Battle for Bedford.
yes. Or if you're watching Trevor's, what's the Las Vegas tournament?
The Halloween Classic.
If you're watching the Halloween Classic, you can follow
Vegas.
Trevor, and that's the biggest tournament of the year. So
That's really sneaking up on me. I better practice.
yeah, you got a few weeks, man.
I'm not going to practice.
All right, we'll talk to you on Monday for the last regular season episode, and then the week after that, we'll do the Grippy Awards.
Mm-hmm.
Or do you want the Grippies to be Monday?
No,
Grippies-
we can make the Grippies a separate one.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do Monday. Will be the
Just to stretch it
recap,
out.
end of the year, full season recap. The next week will be the Grippies. Then we're officially in off-season mode. Which if you don't know what off-season mode is, you're gonna want to listen.
Have you ever seen Sicko Mode?
Yeah,
Same thing.
Have you ever seen the Cray button?
push that thing. Watch me hit the Cray button. Huh? All right. See you next one.